Hey dudes, in this episode, the greenhouse tower is underway and we are doing some building around the fortress of TheeRealDuke. And that's all happening right now. What is going on, dudes? It is TheeRealDuke, and I am coming to you from the Craftage Minecraft server. Some survival multiplayer, vanilla style Minecraft. How you guys doing? Are you guys freezing your little buns off because of this polar air mass moving in to the northern hemisphere, North America? Are you guys chilly or what? Now, if you're not, you're lucky. If you are, I'm so sorry. You're frozen into a solid block of ice. I'm doing all right. Not too chilly. But anyway, let's get to this greenhouse, huh? What do you guys think? How you guys feeling about this? This took a long time. And as you can see, it's kind of detailed, which isn't... That doesn't inherently make it hard or difficult to build or time-consuming. What was time-consuming was... How I would normally do this is I would just I find that it's faster and easier to build this whole thing solid all the way up to the top as if it were a solid stone tower with no holes or windows in it, and then use the blocks in existence and carve it out, right? And I started to do that. I kind of built the ring, which still exists. You can see the foundation ring. I built the ring around, and it is oval shaped. It's not perfectly circular. And, you know, I built it up to about, I don't know, to about here. And I carved out the first part of it. And I was like, you know what? Let's just let's build as we go, right? So the second part of it, and it's about like 7 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's like this definite line here, okay, that goes around, which separates the, I guess, upper portion from the lower portion as I fall into a tiny hole here. And basically, what I did was, again, on the first floor, I carved it out of the solid thing, and worked reductively. So I made things appear by carving them away from something instead of making things appear by adding something onto nothing. Right? Does that make sense? So the reductive carving that I used, the reductive building technique that I used for the bottom, I think worked out really well, and I love how this kind of half arc here kind of carries across here, and then there's another one in here, and I'm thinking, because when I first conceived of this, I thought, okay, there's this ground floor here, so this will be one kind of tree, and then we'll just shoot this up into the sky, and there'll be 6 of these, and honestly, that would be very hard to build, and that's not why I didn't do it. The reason I didn't do it, okay, I'm not afraid in any way of a challenge. The reason I didn't do it was, by the time this gets up there, this is 13 or 14 blocks tall for one floor, just to make sure we get trees to be able to grow inside. And then jungle trees would have to be on the top for growing them huge, unless I grew them small. You know what I mean? Unless I didn't do the double ones. Anyway, I already have it. It would be rivaling the size of this tower by the time I got up there, because it's 14 times 6. That's like 4 carry the 2, so it's like 86 blocks from 77. I'm at Y77, so that's 130. 7, 8, 5, 15. Is that right? 15, 150 something up in the sky. That's ridiculous. I have no idea if any of that math is correct. Don't double check my work because it's terrible and I don't think I got it right. But you understand what I'm saying. That's going to go really high. This is already high. I don't want this stealing thunder from this. I want this to be its own kind of different thing. And so I thought of a way to do this, and it is going to be sweet. And before we head up there, let me just explain, because the magic is happening up there, and you can see that up there already. But let me explain what the first floor is here. You know what? Let's not explain the first floor right now. The first floor will actually make... You know what the first floor is? And I'll be honest with you. The first floor is going to be mostly empty. Chew on that for a second. We got just a... Just want to also show you guys a little cactus farm here for the green glass. Oh, hey, got another one. How we doing to, getting some cactus. It's just, this is nothing special. It's water channels, right? I stuck fence posts there. I just chose fence posts. I feel like when they break the block. So if it's a fence post, if it was a solid block like a stone brick or something, or like just a block of cobble, I feel like what happens is if one of these would break off there, it might bounce for some reason back in. I have no idea if that's true, but I feel like the fact that there's space around the fence post allows a higher percentage to drop off in between and not get destroyed on a cactus. Because you know everything you drop on a cactus gets destroyed, right? You knew that, right? I know you did. I know you did. So, anyway, that's where I got the green from. If you check out the green, one of the cool things I like about the green, and I don't know if this is something to do with my graphics settings or what. Let's just, where are we at here? I'm at bright. I'm going to change it back down to moody. I was at bright for judging a little while back, and I didn't change it back. But I feel like, okay, let's go over here. This needs a torch. Not what I wanted to do. Okay, so there's dark green. That's dark green. That's light green. And then that's a light green paint. And I think, you know, even the light green paint and the light green block are the same color. I think they're different colors. I think the light green block, and this may just be me, I think the light green block is a little bit darker than the paint. And so there's a dark green paint underneath the light green paint. And, you know, from here with the light one in the middle, the dark one looks almost the same color as that to me. And that might just be some kind of optical illusion. And maybe I'm nitpicking and you don't care because they're all green and that's fine. But I really love the stained glass because as you're walking past and you're experiencing the green, it starts to mix and you get just this new richness of green colors that wasn't something we always had before in Minecraft, and I think that's really cool. So, without further ado, let's head up top and I will talk to you about that for 1 second. Maybe we'll throw a couple bricks down and see, a couple blocks down and see what we get working here. But basically, again, this floor primarily will be empty. So, how am I going to have, there's 6 species of trees available to us currently in Minecraft. Keep your fingers crossed for pink cherry trees. Holy crap, those would be cool if they ever made it. But so we have this one, right? We have this floor, which is the top floor. Now this will become the top floor. We have the bottom floor there. That's 2. Where the, if this isn't gonna go up, how the frick are we gonna? There's 4 missing 4 is what we're saying, right? So there's this bridge, and this bridge comes out. Was this like 7 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, right? This bridge comes out 7 blocks, and right here, we're going to have another platform like this. Now, again, I said before this is oval, and I wasn't lying. It is, but it's about the center of the circles that make up the outer edges are about 15 radius. And so from here, what I would do is drop down to the ground. Probably not actually drop down to the ground, but figure out what the coordinate is, and then drop down, climb down like a, you know, reasonable person. And then, you know, I think I can make it. I'm not going to try. Anyway, because of my feather falling boots, you know the ones. So I'm going to come down here to get to the point. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to drop down, and then I'm going to make the outline of the first tower. Now, where else are the other towers going to go? If that's the first tower, that implies that there will be more towers, and there will be. There will be, in fact, 1 tower for each of 4 kinds of trees. Now, which kinds of trees would those be? You might be asking. Number 1, in no particular order. Number 1, oak. Number 2, birch. Number 3, spruce. And number 4, acacia, right? And so where we're going to put them? Well, we're going to plug 1 right off the side here. We're going to plug number 2 back in this direction. So this came out 7. So because this is at an angle, we might only bring it out 6. Probably not 6. We'll bring it out 5 because I don't want to do an odd number. And this also already somewhat comes to a point. So that'll kind of make it feel a little bit longer than it is because it kind of, you know, it draws your eye in this direction. Kind of like, I don't know, an arrow. You see what I'm saying there? So I have boom, 1 there. Boom, 2 there. Boom, nothing there. Boom, 3 there. And boom, 4 here. You see what I'm doing? Man, I'm getting mad cactus. Sweet. Yeah, so we're going to kick this one out 7 in this direction. I kick that one out like it is there, and then we're going to build 15, right? Now, again, this is my massive stone tower for this build, for this base, as I see it right now, okay? So there's not a lot of reason for me to build other massive stone towers, and this is only going to get bigger and more massive and more stone tower-like, right? So we're going to have to work extra hard to make sure it doesn't look too monotonous and just like because it's made out of one kind of brick, right? So we're gonna have to mix it up, and I have a lot of ideas about how to do that. But what I want to do over here is I want to carry the theme of this green and this lacy kind of thing, in maybe a way that wouldn't necessarily strike you immediately. But what I want to do for these towers is I want to have a large proportion. These are the side towers. I want to have a large proportion of their composition actually be oak logs. And we're going to pull some of the ideas that we used for the supports for the first floor of the tower up here. Kind of this timber structure in here. And maybe some similar to some of the timber structure that you've seen me use in some of my Let's builds. And we're going to incorporate that into the base couple floors of those towers. And they're going to be cool. And you won't actually be able to get to the ground up there because it's not safe because of dudes, you know. Not pigs necessarily, but there's an enderman over there. I'm not going to look at him. But, you know, we got to keep it safe. It's not actually going to be separate. You won't actually be able to enter the base as I see them designed now in my mind, in my magic mind. You won't be able to enter the base from outside by going up one of the towers. It'll just be supports that are kind of hanging out there, and then towers, right? And then we got to... And I'm about to die. What we got to do is... This is me doing my absolute pro parkour skill. And then I'm going to get stuck down here. What we're going to do is we're going to connect them with bridges to the floors, to the levels up there. Now, I'm thinking it might be cool to do something off of this edge in the front, similar to how I have glass on the back, that kind of half dome shape, similar to the glass kind of half dome shape that I want to do off the front of these levels over here. And I'm thinking... I don't want to create too much around here because there's this column, and they make somewhat logical sense when you look at them, right? The columns look like they serve a support function. They don't, because Minecraft. You build giant floating unsupported lengths or spans like that right there. That whole thing's floating. But I like that it appears that way. I like that it looks structural because you know what, it makes more sense. We're used to seeing structure in our daily lives, and so when we see it here, it intuitively, without thinking about it, it just makes sense. And you get things like, oh, that looks right. You get feelings like, oh, that looks right, or oh, something doesn't look right about that. And I think that this is one of those kinds of things. And I missed some stone slabs over there. I think this is one of those kinds of things that looks right. And if I cut a hard line across the middle of it, it would disrupt that vertical flow. And I don't want to do it, but I do think it needs just a little bit something else. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what that is. And maybe I'll change my mind once these bridges kind of start to come out. Which I may change my mind. But this level is very close to, not this level or that level, but the middle level where the brewing stand is. Let's get a good vantage point. I'll head up there real quick. So, we now understand where 4 of the species of tree are going, where the other 2 species of tree are going. So you can see we're about level with that there. It might be off by like 1 block. But I think it would be cool for an awesome bridge to span over this kind of whole thing here. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'll be awesome. So we have the 4 kinds of trees. Boom. 1, 2 in that corner, 3 in that corner, and 4 on this side, right? Where are the other 2 trees going to go? Well, the other 2 trees that I didn't mention are the dark oak, which need 4 saplings thusly as I destroy the floor. Hey! It's for the lighting below, obviously. 4 saplings like that, and the jungle trees for the huge jungle trees, which I prefer to cut down as opposed to the smaller jungle trees because they grow too tall, and then you can't climb them. Yeah, so they grow in this, and so that's what this floor will be for. The top floor here. So there'll be maybe a couple spots regimented for them to work, but there will also be a pattern on this floor similar to the first floor that I was digging out. And why in the world would that be? Well, let's say it is time for me to make a structure and I need more oak logs. Well, what I'll do is this floor will remain blank, and I'm just going to kind of dig here a little bit and see what... Let you understand a little bit how we're doing this. Basically, what we're doing is, okay, I'm going to be building, let's say, a structure that uses spruce. Now, I need a lot of spruce, and this floor is empty, so I have my initial spruce platform up top, one of the four, and I don't know which one it'll be. I'm not sure that it even matters really at this point, but I have one of them, right? And so we'll be able to use that one to harvest wood. We'll be able to take over the second floor to harvest wood, and this floor, the ceiling is tall enough that we can grow any kind of tree down here. And so this will be an auxiliary floor for when I need to step up wood production of one particular kind of wood. So it'll be a little bit flexible. We'll get more bang for our buck out of the design. I think it's a win-win, winner, winner, chicken dinner kind of deal. What do you guys think about that? Do you like that idea? Does it make sense? Did it make sense? I think it made sense. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I see it in my mind. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's like it's a way to rotate out the tree you need by priority while still maintaining supplies of all the other trees. So I can actually convert the entire thing into one type of tree production mode. Because I don't really, and you know, maybe this is a shortcoming with my building or with my building style. I don't really mix too many different kinds of wood at a time, and if I do, it's not in massive quantities, so it'll be one dark wood and one lighter wood, just, you know, for contrast purposes. So, you know, maybe I'll need to rethink my style in a certain regard. If that's, you know, if that's the case, that might be true. I'm open to admitting that, but you know, basically what I wanted to do this episode was show you guys, you know, exactly how I was building this, what I was thinking behind it, where I was thinking of it going. And, you know, I don't want to spend too much more time in this episode because, honestly, I want to get to it. You know what? I really do want to get after it. I want to make some developments. I want to show you guys this awesome idea that I got for the base of these structures. I think it's going to look really cool, and I think you guys might actually be impressed by it. So, you know, we're going to get to that. I think that is going to be it for this episode. For next episode, we are going to carry on building this because I really want to get this done. I need to get out and get some more saplings. I'm missing acacia saplings. These are not actually acacias. These were generated before 1.7 actually came out during a snapshot. So they create jungle wood and they drop oak saplings and apples, none of which are helpful to me at this time because I have enough. And then I also don't have any jungle wood, which is weird, right? I know. I don't really use it very much, and maybe I should. But I don't really use it very much, and so I don't really miss it. But if I ever need, like, I don't know, a huge amount of charcoal, those giant jungle trees are my go-to. I just carve my way up and then hack my way down. It might be way slower than other kinds of wood. I don't know, but, you know, that feels right. So that's what I generally kind of go with. But, yeah, next time, more towers. That is it. I hope you dudes truly did enjoy watching. Check out my YouTube channel for Let's Builds and Infinite Heights server contest videos. You guys, there are currently 3 build challenges happening on our server. It is bananas on there. It's awesome. There is every kind of build challenge that one might want from a survival server. We have a pixel art challenge. If you're into pixel art, it's pixel art with a twist. We have a 3-block challenge, which is kind of a brain teaser, kind of a build challenge. You only get 3 blocks in limited space, and you got to come up with the best build you can with those limited resources. We know we run into situations in the survival world where we need to build something good quickly with, you know, legit supplies that we may not necessarily have the greatest selection of, and this kind of helps train you for that. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And then we also have the monthly build challenge, which is a theme-based challenge. You get a month to build your massive epic build, incorporating your base, and it can't just look pretty, dudes. It's got to serve a function. That's one of the twists for that challenge, too. They're all awesome. Check them all out on our forums at InfiniteHeightsMC.com. The rest of our awesome Infinite Heights community may be found there also. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, dudes, so much for watching. I do truly appreciate every single view. It is TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.